Imagine I give you this math problem. Can you find the answer? Not yet. We don't know what x is, but what if I told you that x is equal to 7? Then we can find the answer. We simply will replace the x with 7. The process is called substitution, and it's one of the most important skills in algebra. The word substitute means to replace one thing with another. In algebra, substitution means replacing a variable with the number it represents. Think of a variable as an empty seat. Once you know who the seat belongs, you can simply put them there. Whenever you see the words when x equals or if f equals, your first job is to replace every x with that number. I like putting the number in parentheses, so it's easy to know what has been changed. We can now solve this expression. So the value of this expression is 14, something that students often forget. If a variable appears more than once, you replace every single copy of it. Here's this example. Now we can solve it. Notice how I replaced both of the x's, not only the first one. Sometimes an expression has more than one variable. Each variable gets replaced with its own value. Let's do this example. Now we can solve it. The answer to this is 10. Each variable has its own job, so you must replace the correct one. Here's a common mistake that people make. What do you think the answer is here? Did you say 53? That's an incorrect answer. This is one of the most common mistakes. The expression 5x does not mean the number 53. When the number is next to a variable, it means multiplication. This means multiplication. So the answer would be 15. That's why it's better to put the number that is being substituted in parentheses, 5 times 3, so you don't get confused with the number 53. Do a few practice problems. The first, can you work it out by yourself? Pause the video and try. Let's do this problem. We want to replace the x with 2 because the expression says when x equals 2. Remember, put it in parentheses. Now we can solve this equation, or this expression. Try practice problem number 2. Don't forget about exponents. Try it yourself. Okay, let's do it. Remember, substitute with parentheses. An exponent is when you multiply the number by itself, as many times as it says in the exponent. So this would be 3 times 3 plus 1. So it would be 9 plus 1, which is equal to 10. Whenever you see a variable with a value, remember these 4 steps. First, find the value that you've been given. Next, replace every occurrence of that variable. Third, follow the order of operations. And fourth and finally, simplify until you have your answer. Substitution may seem simple, but it's a skill you'll use throughout algebra, geometry, and even calculus. Mastering it now will make future topics much easier.